Hi, my name's Furness, and I'm a specialist in sales, customer service, technology, and the internet, and how they all work together to produce incredible results for your organization. You know, I speak in 49 countries around the world, and I found that every organization has three different kinds of sales force. The one is your traditional sales force. These are your salespeople going out there proactively looking for the business and closing the sales. Your second sales force is what I call the unrecognized sales force. Now, the unrecognized sales force is everybody that works for you that doesn't see themselves as a salesperson. The accounts clerks, everyone that says, no, I'm not in sales, and yet has a huge effect on the success of your organization. Let me give you an example. Big Dave that I work with in Philadelphia recently asked me to come and do a full day sales training for his organization. When I got there, there's 200 people in the room. I said, Dave, are you crazy? I didn't know you had this many salespeople. He said, no. The 10 at the back there are my salespeople. Those are my truck drivers. Those are my accounts clerks. I said, Dave, what does a truck driver know about selling? He says, no. I could have my biggest account, and one of my truck drivers goes there, he's dirty, he's got a bad attitude, and I could lose that account. Everyone in our organization is a salesperson. So what I want you to think about is everyone in your organization as being a salesperson. And your third sales force is your unseen sales force. These are the people that are going into Google and typing in certain words looking for you. If you don't come up on page 1, you are not being seen and you are losing huge amounts of business. So you've got to think about how do you get all three of your sales forces working for you. Now, here's another thing that I found as well. We know the old Pareto principle. Most organizations have their top 20% of their people producing 80% of the sales for them. And that's never going to change. That's going to happen everywhere. What you've also got is your 60% of what I call steady eddies. These are the most loyal people in the world. They'll come in every day. They'll never say anything wrong about your organization. You know, the challenge is we never give them much recognition. And these are the people, they're the lifeblood of our company. We've got to start thinking about how do we give them more recognition. And right down at the bottom is that 20% over there that we're always saying, maybe they'll improve. Let's give them another 3 months. Well, here's the truth of the matter. They're never going to improve. You can give them another 6 months. Nothing is going to change. These are the terrorists in your organization that are doing all kinds of damage. And the best decision you can make is maybe to replace them right now with some of the incredible people that are right out there. The economy, the way that it is, there are incredible people out of work. This is the time to bring them into your organization. So how do we recruit good salespeople? And again, this comes down to all of your sales managers and everybody being involved. We run a little recruitment company and we work with companies all over the world. And one of the things that I've found is you must know exactly what you're looking for. So the next time you recruit a salesperson, write down the profile, exact profile of the kind of person you want. Is it a hunter where they've got to go out and find it? Or is it a farmer that's just going to look after the existing clients? What kind of experience do you want? And here's a big thing. Hire for attitude, train for skill. One of my favorite clients is Cobra Beer. Cobra Beer are incredible. And recently I was working with them, and Karan Balamoria, the CEO, stood in front of everyone and said, the only reason we are so successful is we look at all of our competition and then we say three things. What can we do that is different? What can we do that is better? And how can we keep creating new streams of income? And that's relevant for every one of our companies. But the other thing he said is, I hire for will, I train for skill. Hire people for their attitudes. I said, give me an example. He says, you see Samson over there? He's my sales director. I said, yes, Samson's great. He says, you know, when I started this company many, many years ago, I had a little flat in South London. One bedroom was where me and the wife stayed. The other bedroom was my office. I was hiring 2 people. I found them. But in the background was a Sri Lankan guy who said, give me a job. I said, I'm not going to do it. Why? You've just come over from Sri Lanka. You don't speak English. You don't know anything about sales. You don't know anything about the beer industry. How am I going to hire you? This guy said, what is the target of your new salespeople? 100 cases of beer a month. He said, give me a target. Karan laughs at him. He says, 100 cases of beer. The next week he went out and sold 200 cases of beer. Karen hired him as a salesperson. 9:30 at night he would come home, and there in the other bedroom is Samson sitting banging away on the phone. Samson, what are you doing? It's 9:30 at night. No, we sell to all of the Indian restaurants. 9:30 is when the main course has gone out. This is the time I can speak to the owner. I don't go home until I've spoken to 30 people every evening. Where do you find your Samson? He had an incredible attitude and he learned the skills. So the first thing is writing down what is the exact profile of the person. Now you know something that you've got to measure about. Here's another thing. Always listen to your gut feel. One of the companies I work with in Dubai have got an incredible leader. And here's the thing as well. He's not a great manager, but he hires great managers. He's a great leader. And he says, Frank, line me up 5 people. I'm coming through to London. This is the exact profile. And then he sits chatting to them. And after about 15 or 20 minutes, to a lot of them he says, you know what? Your CV looks great. Your resume looks fantastic. But I don't think you're going to fit into my team. Thanks so much. With others, I've seen him say, looks a bit dicey, but I see a spark. And I think there's something I can do with you. And then he does something that I don't see very many organizations doing. He says to them, this is exactly what I expect of you if you join me. I want you in the office 8 o'clock every morning, not 8:05, not 8:10. This is the dress code in Dubai. It's the same as the dress code of London. We have a sales meeting every morning, 10:30. You attend to that. Every month, you attend 2 networking meetings and you come back and you report on how it went. And he really is very, very detailed for 1 hour on what he expects. Now, here's the thing. After about an hour, some of these people say, I don't want to join the army. Thank you so much. All of the others that come on board know exactly what's expected of them. And for the 3 months, they work like that. He gets them into the success habits for the first 3 months. Most organizations I see maybe give it to somebody in HR that don't really know what they're looking for. CV looks good, let's take them on board. Maybe they get a good person on board, come on board, 1 or 2 days sales training if they're lucky, and then they're left alone. The sales manager is too busy, the salespeople are too busy, and here's this poor new salesman doesn't know what to do, and pretty soon he leaves and joins another organization. The first 3 months are critical. Assign a buddy to each new salesperson and give him all of the attention. This is the lifeblood of your company. We're all in sales. Everybody is a salesperson. Take as much time as you can to hire the right kind of salespeople. They can mess up your organization. They can mess up your sales team. But if you find the right one, boy, they're going to do incredible things. Well, thanks for watching this section. In the next section, we're going to be looking at how do we find new clients. We're going to be looking at your traditional sales force and how they should work.